So I'm just gonna put it in my pocket for now, but I promise I'm gonna put it in the amount of fun. Yes, I promise I'll put this in the amount of fun. So next we have the College of San Mateo Poly Club, and they're gonna perform for us Oloma. Let's all give a round of applause for the CSM Poly Club.
Professor Palaita. So this is, I want to welcome all of you to our 5th annual RC Alliance. This year, it's a momentous occasion for the College of San Mateo, partly because this actual event has been going on at the City College of San Francisco in conjunction with their critical Pacific Island Studies program, a program that we are now building here at the College of San Mateo. So let's give CSM a round of applause. So the spirit of our community, our culture, and of course our ocean, throughout the night we're going to be featuring speakers of the MANA program. And at this time, I want to introduce to you one of our great students from our MANA program. Fee and I have had the pleasure of working with her on many of the things that we're doing within our community, our learning community. So at this time, to share a little bit about the MANA program, I want to let's give a round of applause to Tini Palidua.
My name is Christine Palidua. Just kidding, we're waiting a little bit. Thank you. Let's start that over again. My name is Christine Palidua. My parents are Sione and Bailawa Palidua, and they come from the villages of La Paha and Maufama. I am currently majoring in communications and hoping to transfer to Point Loma Nazarene University in San Diego. In MANA, we have the opportunity to learn about our collective cultures in Oceania. MANA allows us to critique our culture so that we as students can arrive to our own truths and find our identities as Oceanic Americans. MANA allows us to see how diverse Tongan cultures practice within our community. For example, along the lines of religion, Mormon and Wesleyan Tongans practice our culture differently. Through MANA, we are able to create and add on to our cultures with the knowledge we receive through the program. Thank you.
All right, our next MANA speaker, to share a little bit about something about his experience in our program, please give a round of applause to Blaine Mapa.
Good evening out here. Don't be shy to know, but there was some money, so I'll be ready. My name is Blaine Mapa. I was born in Tonga, but I don't really know the culture or the language as well. So being in the MANA program helps me feel connected to my culture and to my roots. Through the MANA program, we're able to build a powerful community. Because of MANA, the building has already begun this fall. I've been a part of the MANA program, and I've truly seen the growth in myself and others through school and through culture. MANA is a community that works together. Being in this program, I've seen how MANA has bridged the different islands and communities to connect and come together. We have different walks of life in our program. MANA brings those differences and pushes us to a common goal. And we come to see that we are not all that different. In this program, we get together in study groups, help each other, and various classes we take. This creates service, and when a group of people can think outside of themselves, we are already successful. MANA has resources that we all share. A perfect example is Feed Dr. Plaita. They have been a source for us students to seek success in the classroom and outside the program. I'm indebted to them and others who put this program together. MANA teaches something that's dear to my heart, and that is a sense of family. MANA reflects family and brings that sense to the classroom. We come to support our brothers and sisters, which pushes us to be successful. I've come to see these values and want to one day maybe instill in my own family. They say it takes a whole village or community to raise a child. Grasp your minds around this. Imagine the child being raised by MANA. Thank you.
All right, at this time, I'd like to invite our other Mana speaker to share a testimony about the program. Please give a round of applause to Leka Ankani.
Testing. Good evening, students, staff. Today, I want to talk about Mana. Mana is the motivation and the drive to move forward. That motivation comes from within. Ancient Polynesians were master navigators. They used the stars to get to places. They built massive canoes, glorious canoes. They were fearsome warriors. Where are they now? Today's Pacific Islanders have fallen a bit short. And that's what this program is used to revive. The mana from within with the future and the past. Instead of asking, where did we come from? We should ask our youth, where we go from here? Or where will we go from here? And that is where mana comes in. It gives you the motivation and the drive to move forward. It gives you the discipline to sit down and finish your work. So like I said, the question that students nowadays need to ask yourself is where do we go from here? And that's where Mana comes in. Mana can make that happen. Thank you.
All right, at this time, to officially open our program, I want to introduce to you someone very special, someone I think that has been kind of the core of our program. And I, along with all our students in the Mana program, know her very well. And if you don't know her, you will get to know her. She's been the backbone of our program and also a big advocate of, putting together our community and making sure that we have the resources and all the support and the offer for us to be able to do the things that we need to do to support our students. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to the coordinator, the director of our program, the Mana program, Finalcina Tovo.
That's how I know you guys are engaged, because you guys are all happy and smiling. I wanted to stand on the bottom, but my speech was up here, so I can't really show you that how long the speech is gonna be. I'm just kidding. So Dr. Vika lied. He said he was going to do an introduction of the whole event. Dakoe, he lies. So before we move forward, let's just take some time to sort of get to know each other. In our Tongan custom, we only honor those of nobility and importance to our culture. Here at the College of San Mateo, we also have those who come down from their Mount Olympus to be with us and to support us. Karen, can you please stand? Y'all don't even know who she is, wait. Tom, can you please stand?
Hey, Tom.
So, Tom and Karen are both members of the Board of Trustees of San Mateo Community College District. There are bosses. So, that's my dad. And someone that you see all the time, but kind of don't realize how important he is to our college. The man behind all the scenes, our president, President Mike Claire. We also have 2 out of the 3 vice presidents, which all 3 RSVP, but one of our vice presidents regretfully told me last minute she couldn't make it. But to represent our vice presidents, our vice president of administration, Jan Rowe, our vice president of student services, Jennifer Hughes. We have about 4 deans in the house. We have Laura Dempsey, all the way down there. Let's put Professor Paulita's box. So you guys better clap a little bit louder. And then we have Jennifer Taylor Mendoza, who's my boss. You guys clap a little bit louder. I mean, a lot of bosses are here tonight. I know, jeez. We have Dean James Carranza of Language Arts. And we have Dr. Henry Liao, Dean of Enrollment Services. And also the coordinator of Student Equity, which is what funds the MANA program here at CSM. And we also have professors. I saw a couple more, but just to make sure that I see them all. Michelle, Jeremy, Professor Wallace, Professor Titus, Professor Gaines, please stand. So everyone can see our support here. Our Director of Marketing, Ben Madden is here. Please stand, Ben. And our college recruiter, Estella Garcia. You probably see her at the high schools. So tonight we are honored to be here with a lot of important people who have a lot of power and use it wisely, and they use it to support us here at the College of San Mateo. Many of you are here for 2 reasons. For the free food, and because I forced you to be here. All of them over there. Whatever reasons that brought you here tonight, I thank you. This program was inspired by those in this very room. From VASA at CCSF to MANA at CSM, you inspired this program. This semester has been nothing short of a soap opera. Minus the stabbing and the beating, well, no stabbing, I promise. And nothing short of amazement. We are here tonight to honor several successes in our community's journey through higher education. Those journeys have culminated in our biggest celebration, the College of San Mateo MANA program. This semester has been historical. Thanks to our CSM President, Mike Claire, for his support and vision to implement what no other college has done for the PI community. A program that highlights the Pacific Islander experience here in the U.S. Many have heard of the MANA program from others. Many have heard it from the MANA program in high schools. But let me be sure that we're all on the same page. The College of San Mateo and the City College of San Francisco is leading in 2 respects. CSM has built the first learning community, while CCSF has built the first certificate program in critical Pacific Island studies. 2 academic feats in the state of California that I know will serve the needs of Pacific Islander students at both community colleges. MANA's learning community intertwined with our new certificate program, as the pathway provides our students academic support, financial aid, class supplies, transfer resources, and culture enrichment activities to maximize the college experience and success in our PI community. What does the certificate combined with the learning community mean to us Pacific Islanders all over the U.S.? That we, are relevant, that we are powerful, that we are ocean, that we are here to succeed. Our students' presentations tonight is the power that our ocean is the mana of our Vasa. Understanding the influence of family, culture, and relations and protocols are essential to understanding the Pacific cultures. The Pacific Islander community's most powerful strength in their families are the community tradition created within them. Using the strength of indigenous cultures of the New World, a strong family support system is needed in order to assist our growing families here in the U.S. The influence of family is particularly strong. According to studies made by hundreds and hundreds of scholars, parents play the strongest role in the college choice and decision-making for the students across ethnic and racial categories. Empowering the community to actively participate in their children's education will not only produce better decisions, but will create a sense of ownership and responsibility for the outcomes of those joint decisions. The MANA program is a model support program in which we use the cultural value of family as an integral role in guiding students to academic success. Parents, your involvement and commitment to the education of our students is critical. In an economy that increasingly requires a college degree to be successful in the labor market and get good jobs, our community needs to secure our education so that we can compete in a more level playing field. This is not only critical for ourselves, but for the survival of our families. The survival of our families also means the survival of our Pacific Island cultures. Here's something personal about me. 5 years ago, this program was just a silly dream of mine. Just a crazy idea I kept dabbing back and forth while seeing other ethnic groups receiving extra support, extra resources. I thought to myself, if I had that, I would never have any other excuses of why I can't get this done. I kept second guessing myself if this was actually going to happen. I truly believe with the leadership that we have here at the College of San Mateo, a dream has came true. And because CSM has made my head really big, the cycle creates more. The cycle creates more dreams for me and more challenging tasks. This is a blessing of the program. 5 years from now, MANA students and VASA students, where do you hope to be? This is what this program entails. This is what it does to our PI community. It will create more dreams. It will create more opportunities. It will create a wider network of resources for our communities, and the prayers of our ancestors will continue to be answered. Tonight I extend a warm welcome to my other students at the City College of San Francisco's VASA program. A similar learning community set to launch in fall 2016. As your family, we want you to know how much we support you, as this allows us to strengthen our community, but ensures that our communities will always be served no matter what institution they attend. CCSF and CSM both understand that PI students they serve will be the very same students that will come back and educate the next generation. That is the way of our ocean, and that is the way we will navigate and continue the cycle of weaving together our love for one another. To my MANA students and to my VASA students, look around you. This is the future. This is the currents in the ocean. It is moving fast and moving strong. This is the moment. This is not a moment where we back down from a challenge. This is the moment we meet the demand for our success head on. Your commitment to your education is critical. The resources will be provided. Now it's your turn to cultivate new habits to fit your academic journey. If you don't succeed, none of us succeed. To our students at the four-year universities that are here with us tonight, we applaud your efforts and your journey, but we call on you to look out for us. Your role in all of this is to advocate for our communities at your institutions. San Francisco State, UC Berkeley, UC Santa Cruz, CSU East Bay. Learning communities, Pacific Island studies, scholarships, and most of all, culture enrichment. You see the potential that is tonight, and we honor you and your work as you progress through your studies. I pay special homage to our ancestors of both Islanders and Native Americans. I know a time in which our communities once traversed the vast seas, and I remember a time in which we worked together and honored who we are. The time has arrived again, and all that we are, Indigenous people, we do our best to remember each other in the struggle. Finally, tonight is a celebration of our students. They are probably excited to be done with the semester, but y'all are not as happy as I am. But as the semester ends, our journey is just beginning. We have got a lot of work to do, and we have a lot of work ahead of us. I, as a coordinator, have a lot of work for myself. You, as a student, as a faculty member, have a lot of work ahead of you. But there is no wave too high and strong that our canoes cannot sail. Mana and Vasa, our ocean is moving. And you better be ready for the voyages ahead, because the power of our ocean waits for no one. Congratulations to all on a great semester. Mahalo.
Mahalo, Fee. Thank you so much for that beautiful speech. At this time, I want to invite the president of our college, a big support of our program, President Mike Clare. City College San Francisco's Interdisciplinary Studies 45. You should be getting ready. You're up next.
Well, good evening, everybody, and a special welcome to our friends from City. And actually, I don't know if you know this, they say I'm the president, but he is actually the president of the College of San Francisco. I just want to tell you how much I appreciate the MANA program here at CSM. And, you know, for me, the most important thing, the thing that I'm most proud of this college is that we really try to create a sense of family here. And when I hear that that's what this program is all about, and I know the PI culture is all about family, it's just a perfect fit, and it adds to our college. So we are so pleased to have this program, so pleased to have all of you, and I know this is just the beginning, and I know it's going to be a great night. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, President Clare. Okay, so the moment we've been waiting for. So the students, both at City College of San Francisco and CSM, were enrolled in my courses in Critical Pacific Island Studies, which are also interwoven with other programs, like Ethnic Studies and Interdisciplinary Studies and the Social Sciences. Through the work that we've been doing together, part of this event was to make accessible some of the things that the students are learning in the classroom. Partly because we feel that our families, whether or not they have the time to join us at school, should always be included in the things that we're doing in our classroom. They are an integral role, as Fee said, in our education, but of course of our success, and definitely our survival. We have 4 special presentations for you tonight. I want to ask that our parents, or those in the audience, to think about and to continue to support our students. These are not perfect presentations, but they are a glimpse of the things that they are consistently engaging with within their education and in their own personal lives. This is not a night to be critical. Actually, it's a night to be critical. This is not a night to not be supportive or to ding them on things that they're doing wrong. But this is a night to enjoy and to celebrate and to make sure that regardless of the mistakes that they make on stage, we will always be committed to be there to supporting them along the way. If they make the mistakes on the stage in front of you tonight, it is also a blessing, but it's also worth knowing that it is part of their learning. Mistakes actually prove that learning has begun or taken place. At this time, to open our presentation, my students at the City College of San Francisco, every one of them, but within the next year, will walk out of City with a certificate in critical PI studies, therefore increasing our numbers pretty fast. And the amount of students that actually graduate, and of course meeting our student equity goal to support our students. At this time, I'd like to call upon interdisciplinary studies. This class is my 9th class. So this class meets every Thursday from 6 to 9, once a week. And I just want to thank them for putting up with me, because I'm like, Freeway 280 has been my home between City and CSN. And by the time I see them at the end of the week, I'm probably already tired out, but I really appreciate that. So please, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to the students from City College, IDS 245.
Before we begin, we'd like to start out with getting the crowd all going, and we ask you to participate if you know it, and be on edge.
You know it, join in. We're grabbing friction on our hands right now. Here we go. Batya! Batya! Little mud! Little mud! Little mud! Here we go, here we go. We're gonna start it again. Getting everybody warmed up. This is City College right here. Let's go. Batya! Batya! Little mud! Little mud! Little mud, man, ocean! Ocean!
And we're going to introduce ourselves. We're IDS T45. My name is Zach Masoli.
Eric After.
Out there, Carol Montopolo.
Angela.
Lisa,
Sam.
Alma, Tara, Amber, April, Lisa.
Okay. Their leader is not here to lead. So we're gonna go through this. Okay, so the students' presentation tonight is, some of us are probably, and we've got a lot of questions on why has the program added the word critical instead of Pacific Island Studies. So their presentation is about teaching you why the word critical was added to this program. Now, the field of Pacific Island Studies has been around since the 1940s when World War II happened in the Pacific. But the development of Pacific Studies at that time was more interested in military strategy rather than the people or the indigenous peoples of the Pacific. It's not until the 2000s in which students at City College and at San Mateo start to make waves and push and demand that their colleges create courses in Pacific Studies. But as part of the narrative and the demand to create these courses and to also make sure that the students in the diaspora, that means these are stateside born Pacific Islanders, they asked that the word critical be added to allow them to think about more deeply about how our cultures fit here in the new landscape in the United States. So this is their presentation.
Okay, again, my name is Sam. This is my partner, Rachel, and we are going to talk about what it means to think critically, just in general. Can I ask you guys, anybody, get some answers? What do you guys think it means to think critically? No answers? Okay. Oh, right.
Like deeply and analytically?
Yeah. Part of it, yeah. Well, me and my partner, Rachel, we would like to go about these 4 steps right here. First, you would like to question. And you're not going to sit in the classroom and just read what you're supposed to read or learn what you're supposed to learn about. And just like sit there. You want to be an active participant. And from there, you want to interrogate.
And for us to interrogate, we need to keep on digging for information, ask questions to comprehend what we want to know. And for us to assess, we have to learn and listen to both sides. And when we are comfortable both questioning and intervening, we also need to learn.
And the last and final step is to redefine, which means take what you learn and put it in your own terms. And we're going to pass it on to our next speakers, Bob and Eric.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Eric again, and this is Bob here. And when we look at critical Pacific Island studies, we're looking a lot at epistemology. What is epistemology? Epistemology is a way of knowing. And we know if we're using a Western epistemology, we're not going to get real answers on Pacific issues. We're going to get Western lies, we're going to get colonial answers. We have to look at the ocean method. And by getting the ocean method, into play here, we're able to have some real answers with the epistemology, not the colonists' answers, because the colonists' answers are lies. They come in, they've told people that, original cultures are wrong, that the way of doing things, the oceanic way is wrong. It's not, it's the right way. And we're taking a very radical step here at City College because we're adding the word critical. We're saying, no, this isn't going to be, we're going to come in and we're going to give you, the colonist line and tell you it's true and tell you to believe it because it's a lie. We're going to take Pacific Island students who've been disenfranchised. We're going to say, no, this is what's really happened. This is a real culture. You're empowering. You know what? Let's fight for independence for these countries. Let's end Western imperialism.
South Pacific people, including Polynesians, have their own refined culture, including, for example, tattooing. It's a beautiful art among the people, and other people call on to it, so sailors, much later on. It's individual, family, community, and they take, the people who are tattooed in that society take much pride, and it's an honor for them to be tattooed, representing their culture. Also dance. Lots of stories, they're wonderful storytellers, the Pacific Island people, and they also, a lot of stories also deal with like magical or supernatural things. And finally, the ocean-going canoes. The culture expanded far and wide because of these huge ocean-going canoes, some of them 50, 60 feet long, so don't compare them with American Indian canoes. They're double. The European colonizers, they weren't, when they came, they were not connected to the people. They didn't understand the culture. First purpose was economic, not to deal with the people personally. But then they began to exploit the people, resulting in deadly diseases, slavery, and even the Christian missionaries came. And then the forced lists of geographic names and borders were non-existent before. That was a new, modicum, whatever you want to call it, in that world, and it just kept them more enslaved than ever. The vulnerabilities today, outside communication, accessibility, leading to expansive development. Tourism, we now have ships that hold 7,000 or more people. I don't think the South Sea can handle that. Pollution, ecological dangers, environmental degradation. A great change in the culture came with it's hard to pronounce, but Okulea, that's a replica of South Sea canoes, and it's on a 47,000 mile global trip, going to about 85 ports, to prove that it's true that these canoes from even thousands of years ago could transcend vast stretches of the Pacific. It's the crew members also, they're raising awareness of climate change and imminent threats to the Pacific Islands, but it affects all of us because what are we talking about? Global warming. And the New York Times here 2 days ago has a couple articles, and one we caught by Paul Krugman. So that's how serious global warming is. We all need to take part. See also the culture and tradition, critical Pacific Island studies, and more. It runs deep, as the ocean itself averages 2 miles deep average. VASA, that means sacred space, including its sea of islands in the case of people. And incidentally, Oceania, the name ocean's right in there, obviously. And with that in mind, the ocean is no accident. The oceans are essential to life on Earth, to life force. For the oceans are the largest ecosystem here, and thus provide the largest support system. We are all a part of something much bigger and more precious than just ourselves. Kakai Mei Tai, people of the sea. We are ocean.
Hello, everyone. My name is April. Hi, April. Is everybody awake? All right. Culture is the heartbeat of our islands. It's the chooses of love. It is meant to help express who we are as well as defining who we are. The Pacific culture has many traditions that help make it stand out. Culture is important to study because many people are unaware that there are numerous islands that help make up the Pacific culture. The islands of Samoa, Tonga, Hawaii, Rapa Nui, Guam, Fiji, Micronesia, and Melanesia are some of
the many islands that help make the Pacific culture unique and diverse compared to other cultures. Every Pacific island has its own native language, form of entertainment, clothing, food, tattoos, customs, and traditions. It is also critical to study the Pacific culture because many of our society lack the knowledge of the Pacific culture. The generations of our very own Pacific Islanders nowadays too have very little knowledge about our culture, the roots where our ancestors come from, and where our motherland is. We must never forget our roots in the lands which our ancestors rest peacefully on. Although our islands and Pacific culture may seem like it's sinking, but may we all let it sink rightfully in our hearts to help keep our Pacific culture alive and build upon it so our future generation is knowledgeable of their culture and roots. Thank you.
That's right.
Hello. I'm going to talk about why it's critical to talk about nuclear testing on indigenous lands. I don't know who in this audience knows about Marshall Islands back in World War II, but it was a hideous, hideous thing that was forced upon them. It's critical to talk about that so it won't happen again. The entire population of the Marshall Islands had to be removed, had to move to another island, away from their home, away from everything they had always known. And it's something that should never happen. And so that's why it's critical to talk about that. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Amber once again. I'm here to discuss the importance of having a voice within politics and fighting for our rights in the islands. It has been an ongoing thing that's been occurring up to this day with islanders. Over the years of colonization, they have taught us to believe that we are small and weak and that we have no say-so when it comes to politics. But they are wrong. This is our community, this is our home, this is where we come from. And we have every right to say, to have a say-so in what goes on when it comes to our islands. We can look back to history with strong individuals that fought for their island, and we can look up to them and be just like them. Pacific Island Studies gives us the opportunity to think critically for our rights and what we can do to fight for our sea of islands. Thank you.
I'm going to talk about education and PI studies. We are taught that knowledge is power, because knowledge is drawn from education. Education in Pacific Islands is critical and important because it helps us create knowledge. Once we learn that knowledge, and then we are able to share with each other. There are many people from the ocean who are unaware of their culture and their identity because of the belief of being Americans. In critical PI studies, we are able to observe, analyze, and heavily discuss important topics in class. For instance, we have learned how colonization impacts our doings of the islands and ourselves. We've also learned to isolate each other by regaining our islands. We are fortunate to have critical PI studies because we are able to analyze history events and connect the past to the present. We make connections not only by time, but also between islands in the Pacific. We create awareness about ourselves and our community. After learning these different aspects and reflections of our islands, we can share with you our knowledge about the ocean. Thank you.
Good evening, extended family and elders. Thank you for having us. My name is Gerald. I'll be speaking on climate change tonight and why it's critical to discuss the health of our ocean. Our world is made up of the majority of oceans. Ocean is life. If we can't keep our ocean alive, then nothing. Climate change has always occurred and is cyclical. They have been ice ages, droughts, there have been great floods. History shows that ocean waters are rising. Great heat because of ice sheets melting. The issue today with climate change are related to the actual impact that humans are having on the climate with energy consumption and waste. We must discuss the health of our oceans if we want our future generations to enjoy the world that we have had the blessing to enjoy. If we destroy our oceans, we destroy life.
My name is Larissa, and I just wanted to sort of wrap this up, and I wanted to point out that what you've seen, what you've heard from my classmates here is a very small portion of all the things that we learned in Dr. Paleda's class here over the semester. And for many of us, this is the first time that we've come across themes about Oceania and the people and the culture. So the passion and the interest that you've seen from my classmates are really the result of having a critical Pacific Islander studies in American higher education.
Can y'all hear me? Can everybody hear me in the back?
Yes.
All right, so I don't want to use this microphone because I am small, but I speak with loud words, right? How the Pacific is small, right? But we are bigger than what we seem, right? So can everybody hear me in the back? All right, so we want you to leave here, most importantly, with 3 things. One is to share what you're learning here, right? And 2, the knowledge that you're getting here is to know that we are still here. We as a community are still here, right? Can everybody still hear me? Everybody awake? All right. So what we want you to know is that we are still here. This community is still here, and it's critical to share this because we're vanishing, right? Just how Pacific Islands studies at City College is vanishing slowly. And 3, no matter what, tonight you should leave here with some empowerment. Some empowerment with your culture, whatever it is, but empowerment of the ocean, right? So I want you to leave here with 3 things. 1 is to share this knowledge. 2 is to know we still exist. And 3 is to have empowerment of this ocean, Oceania. Thank you.
And that concludes City College's first presentation. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you, class. Okay, so our next presentation are actually 2 groups combined. It's actually my whole class in Ethnic Studies 104 in Pacific Island Studies. So part of being critical in Pacific Island Studies is to investigate how culture works in a place like the school. So a lot of us, including me and the students, kind of know what happens to culture as culture is transplanted from the islands and brought here into the States. We know that because we are organized by our churches, we are organized by our families, but what we haven't done in the past few decades is integrate culture into our curriculum, into our education. Part of this critical perspective is to also see what happens to culture, not only in the school, but inside the classroom. What you're going to see from the College of San Mateo, my students in Pacific Studies, you will not see a perfect presentation, but you will see students, and many of them for the first time, engaging with this part of their culture. Again, this is not an opportunity for us to ding them for their mistakes, but this is an opportunity for us to applaud their attempts and what it means not only to be Tongan or Samoan or part of the Pacific, but really what it means to engage with their cultures in their classroom setting for the first time. Ladies and gentlemen, please